For some people, this global phenomenon is inherent to human nature. Because of this, some say globalization began about 60,000 years ago, at the beginning of human history. Throughout time, human societies exchanging trade has been growing. Since the old times, different civilizations have developed commercial, trade routes, and experienced cultural exchange. This phenomenon has continued throughout history, notably through military conquest and exploration expedition. But it wasn't until technological advances in transportation and communication that globalization speeded up. It was particularly after the second half of the 20th century that world trades accelerated in such a dimension and speed that the term globalization is started to be commonly used.
Has benefits cover many different areas. It reciprocally develop economies all over the world and increase cultural exchanges. It also allowed financial exchange between companies, changing the paradigm of work.
Economic globalization. It is the development of trade system within transnational actors such as corporations. Financial globalization. Global financial system with international financial exchange and monetary exchange. Cultural globalization. It refers to the interpretation of cultures which, as a consequence, means nations adopt principles, beliefs, and customs of others. Political globalization. It is the development and growing influence of international organizations. Sociological globalization. It is the information moves almost in real time together with the interconnection and interdependence of events and their consequences. Technological globalization. It is the phenomenon by which millions of people are connected, like Facebook, Instagram, Skype, or YouTube. Geographic globalization. It is the new organization and hierarchy of different regions of the world that is constantly changing. Ecological globalization. A common good all societies should protect since the weather affects everyone and we are all protected by the same atmosphere.
Globalization is driven by convergence of political, cultural, and economic systems that ultimately promote and often necessitate increased interaction, integration, and dependency among nations.
The world has become a global village. Today, we are connected with the entire world all the time. Through televisions, the internet, and our social media accounts, we communicate in real time with friends and family living in different parts of the world. All this and more have been made possible only because of globalization.
Globalization has benefits cover many different areas. It reciprocally develop economies all over the world and increase cultural exchanges. It also allowed financial exchange between companies, changing the paradigm of work.
communication in a changing world. During these last decades of 20th century, the world has witnessed the emergence of a new political, social, technological, and economic environment. There have been major changes in the role of state, and governments have withdrawn from certain functions that are now being taken over by civil society and the private sector. Advantages of globalization. Proponents of globalization argue that it can solve fundamental problems with the global economy, such as poverty and unemployment, by promoting a free market that benefits rich and poor nations alike. Disadvantages of globalization. The biggest advantages of globalization are also its biggest disadvantages. While many proponents view globalization as an avenue for solving core economic problems, critics see it as a worsening global inequality. Gender-sensitive communication processes that facilitate learning and social change can empower women to take more control of their lives and participate as equals with men in promoting food security and rural development for the present and future generations.